Made one small, unimportant decision that you made that changed the whole trajectory of your life.
I got my ovaries removed at 19, so I've suffered from infertility. In 2018, me and my then husband decided we wanted to have kids. We always knew, ever since I met him, we knew we had to adopt. So we were going to go through the process and all that. We were looking into it. We already knew a lot about it. Before that, I was like, you know what? Let me just get an appointment. I need to get this out of my head. Just see how much IVF is. I know it's $20K or something. So I knew it was out of our league. But I go to the appointment, and 1 year later, they have a program called embryo adoption, which you adopt someone else's embryo, and it was under $4,000. So because of that hinge that I had, it changed everything. I got to carry my baby.
One small, unimportant decision that you made that changed the whole trajectory of your life.
I bought a shiny rock because it said it would get rid of my bad luck, which I was having a lot of at the time. And now 6 years later, I teach people how to use shiny rocks.
You made one small, unimportant decision that you made that changed the whole trajectory of your life.
I forgot my graduation hat at home, and I was on my way to graduation. My mom had to flip a U-turn. We found out my stepdad was a sketchy guy. Affected 3 lives that day.
One small, unimportant decision that you made that changed the whole trajectory of your life.
Posting on TikTok that I don't fit in a bridesmaid's dress. Never would have guessed it would end up like this, with 80,000 new friends. I'm so thankful.
One small, unimportant decision that you made that changed the whole trajectory of your life.
Story time. Me and my siblings grew up in the hood, like come inside when the street lights turn on type hood. And we also had one of them janky ass doors that you could only open from the inside. Well, one day me and my 2 younger siblings are home alone. We get bored. We decide we want to go play outside. After a couple hours, we want to go back inside, but can't get back in because once the door's shut, it only opens from the inside. Keep in mind that I'm the oldest of the 3 of us, and I'm 7 at this time. So what does a 7-year-old do when they can't get back into their house? They go ask the neighbor. The neighbor found it odd that 3 kids who were all under 8 were even home alone to begin with, so she called the police. They finally found my mom on a bender. All 3 of us got taken away, put into foster care, and eventually adopted. All because we decided to play outside. Wow, I really did not think that video was going to get that much attention, but I can answer your question here. So we all went into foster care when I was 7, and I was adopted at 11. So I was there for 4 years. And let me take this moment to confirm to everybody how shitty our foster care system is. Like, just because I was adopted, I don't want people to think that on the whole, the system isn't a heaping pile of trash, because it is. Me and my little brother were adopted together, and we were adopted by a family who, you know, everything was different. You know, the way they talked, what they did, you know, the culture, just everything was different. And that's just to say that it was kind of a rough transition at first, but you know, we got comfortable eventually. They certainly weren't perfect parents, but they did the best they could, and I love them for that. I do still keep in touch with everybody, and yes, I do think it ended up being for the better.
Made one small, unimportant decision that you made that changed the whole trajectory of your life.
So July 7, 2011, I worked at a daycare. There wasn't that many kids, so I decided that I'm going to go home. So I leave. I find out it's my friend's graduation party I didn't think I was going to be able to go to. So I drive out to Ocean City. I go to my friend's party. There's this guy there. He's freaking awesome, but I have a boyfriend. So I'm like, listen, he's like, no worries, but we get along really well. I go to leave. I lock my keys in my car. The next morning, after I finally got my keys out, we leave again. I realize I'm lost. So I Facebook stalk this guy. I'm like, listen, you're 5 cars ahead of me. I don't know where I'm at. He's like, no worries. So he helps me get to where I need to go. I go home. He goes home. He texts me. He's like, listen, I know you got a boyfriend, but you're freaking awesome. If anything ever happens, just like hit me up. Think of me. So I'm like, okay, bet. So I go to work. This lady's like, listen, if you leave your boyfriend, what are you out? Like a crappy boyfriend that treats you like crap and you're always depressed and he cheats on you. So I break up with my boyfriend. Long story short, I end up dating this guy. We get married. We have 3 kids and we've been together 10 years. It's fantastic.
What is one decision you made? One small, unimportant decision that
I remember the exact moment when I made an inconsequential decision, so small that changed the entire trajectory of my life. It's back in 2014. I was starting to buy rental properties, got my first one that's super low income, $55,000 property. I was like, oh, let's see how this works. The day before closing, I get a call from the seller wanting me to switch over my direct deposit information to Section 8. I didn't know it was a Section 8 tenant. I knew that they were paying $1,300 a month on a $55,000 house, and I knew that I was going to make $900 a month in cash flow, but I had no idea that it was from Section 8. So I had the chance to back out, but I decided, no, let's go ahead and move forward with it. And obviously haven't looked back since. I have almost 400 units. Over 300 of them are Section 8. And I just learned how to streamline the process, learn about the inspections, learn about how everything worked with Section 8. And it turned out to be the best life-changing decision that I've ever made. So there's that.
What is one decision you made, one small, unimportant decision that you made that...
So last year when the pandemic hit, I was laid off from my job that I had worked for 4 years and had 4 promotions. And a month later, they were like, never mind, we need you to come back to work. So I went back and they cut a bunch of people and they started to add extra work to your regular role without a pay raise or anything. So it became unbearable and just not this. I went on LinkedIn and I applied to a few jobs and I worked at one company for 1 month and then I got hired at a different company, which is the company I'm at now. Completely different industry, a leap of faith I had to take. I have been at this company now for 5 months. I have been on the most amount of vacations I have ever been in my life. I have an apartment next to the beach. I just got a promotion. I doubled my salary. This is your sign to get the...
One small, unimportant decision that you made that changed the whole trajectory of your life.
So when I was 16 years old, my ex-boyfriend had just cheated on me and I was really sad sitting in my room. So I just decided on this particular day to go outside. Like, I don't ever want to go outside, but I was just like, fuck it, let's go outside. I go outside. I stood in the heat for like 3 to 4 hours. I don't know why. I don't know what possessed me to stand in the heat that long, but I did. I'm walk past the basketball court. This boy says to me, "You're really cute." I said, "Thank you." He's not my boyfriend of 7 years and could potentially be, I got racist, y'all, so don't mind me, but and could potentially be my husband. The point of this video is go outside, and if one man won't do it, the next man will. I'm trying to tell you, do not sit on that couch and be sad. Go outside. I promise you can meet your future husband today. Go.
That nothing can ever bring me down. I see the world below, I see my house from here. I wave at her and she smiled back at me. I see the clouds above and they talk to me. They tell me the rain got nothing on me. This gravity got nothing on me. I am so high above that nothing can ever bring me down.